Yeah, oh God, it's so crazy when you think of it that way. How we limit ourselves in certainty. Like
Hmm.
even knowledge wise, I am certain about this. That means I'm not open to any other possibility,
Hmm.
any uncertainty. And you're certain that you went to still be open.
Yes, and to take that even deeper, I just mentioned I have dreams for my life, but those are also just possibilities. I also have taken into consideration what if there are other things that I can't even think about, that
Yep.
I can't even fathom or imagine? How on earth are those possibilities going to reach me if I don't continue to remain in this uncertain place? They can't.
Hi guys, we are your hosts, Lori.
Shanice, certified spiritual life coaches, and we're so glad you're here. Welcome to the Unconscious Days series, a series here on Branching In, where we talk about unconscious days.
Yes, and we'd also love it if you take a moment to like and subscribe. It means a lot to us to have your support as we continue to spread more self-awareness. Shanice, this is part 6 of the Unconscious Day series. Wow. And today we're going to talk about uncertainty and how we handle it consciously and unconsciously. So,
Yeah.
Shanice, what is uncertainty?
So, uncertainty is the space between what we know and what we don't yet know. It's a void, an empty space where an answer has not yet taken shape. And I think one of the emotions that most people avoid,
Definitely.
desperately avoid with everything we have, because it is so uncomfortable.
It really is. It's like it puts everything to the test of what you believe and what you don't believe, and to trust in the
Yeah.
process. And I know, Shanice, we both have just been going through a lot of just more than normal. We all have uncertainty a lot, but a lot of uncertainty lately. And right now, my youngest daughter is going to be starting college in the fall, and which that's a whole journey I've never been on yet with her. And she's my last. So it's kind of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? She's leaving me. Wow. And there's a lot of uncertainty of that, how I'm going to go through that process. And she's still deciding where she's going to school. And so there's uncertainty there for me and her and how that's going to go. And we're one of the schools that we're looking at is out of state. So we also are contemplating moving from Wisconsin to Montana. And I've lived in Wisconsin my whole life. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of uncertainty with that. So much uncomfortable uncertainty.
Yeah. It seems like everything is uncertain right now.
It really is. I have no, honestly, I'm like every day, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. That's how uncertain I feel lately. It's scary. I can't lie. It's uncomfortable. It's scary. I have good moments with it and not so good moments with it. What's some uncertainty coming in for you, Shanique?
Man, so same, Lori. I feel like I've been in a very uncertain place for a while now. So I've let go of every relationship in my life. So it feels like everything right now is uncertain because who I knew myself to be is no longer who I am. So every day feels like a trust fall. And I lived most of my life in that certainty, like being certain in who I am. Like I always felt like I knew who I was and what my mission in this life was and walked in that certainty every day of my life. I mean, obviously there were moments, but for the most part, I felt like I had a grasp on things. And that changed, as you well know. And so, yeah, so now it's like, I don't know anything. Like I'll literally have days where I'm just like, I don't know anything. I don't know who I am and I don't know what anything is. And I don't know anything about anything. And so it's just a very uncomfortable place to exist in. But I know that if I'm here for a reason. And so it's really just been trusting. Like every day of my life is just trust, trust, trust.
So let's get into that. So those are some of the things that we are really uncertain about right now in our personal life. And let's get into how we handle uncertainty when we are unconscious. Like what comes in for us when we are completely unconscious.
We handle uncertainty differently when we're unconscious versus when we're conscious.
Yes. And that's
So
why
that's
we
what
created
care.
this. Yes, that's why we created it. And so, just to start off with, we'll talk about the unconscious way we have handled uncertainty with those specific situations we're even talking about right now. For me, I know I get so anxious. I have a hard time sleeping. I'm very anxious. I don't feel safe. I'm
Yeah.
like scared because I'm not certain. It's like it's a false illusion that I'm like I need that for my safety. I need to be certain how this is going to feel, what this is going to look like, where I'm going to be living. I need to know, and until then, I'm going to be anxious until I know.
Yeah.
That's when I'm very unconscious. This is how I handle that.
Yeah. Yep. For me, I'm constantly doubting myself, second guessing myself, questioning myself, just like really like you, scared, lonely. Oh, that's a big one when I'm unconscious, especially because I'm uncertain because I'm in a new territory because I'm trying something new in my life. And so a lot of loneliness has come with that because
Yeah.
I'm doing it on my own. So it's scary. It's really fucking scary.
And, you mentioned like doubting and second guessing. Yes, exactly. Because if we go into this uncertainty and we doubt it, so then we want to kind of step back to the certain. We pushed ourselves to this uncertainty for a reason, right? Like I'm considering moving, which is a big deal. But then maybe I should just go back here because that's more certain, or go back to what's familiar,
Yeah.
go back to that relationship, go back to what's certain, even
Mhm.
if it wasn't certainly good, but certain, right? So moving into uncertainty, yeah. So the unconsciousness makes you want to leave, for me, leave it.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
I want to get the hell out of it and go back to certainty.
Yeah, and then talking yourself off that ledge, right? Like, no, 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 like, yes, this feels really uncomfortable and it's scary and it's lonely, but I chose this for a reason and reminding yourself of that reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I know when I'm unconscious. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. It's like this need to control everything, Shanice, yeah.
So, I actually have a tell. When you're working with yourself for so long, you start to really notice things about yourself. So, one thing I noticed when I was like going into unconsciousness and feeling that need, oh, I have to control everything. So, one thing I'll do is I'll start like obsessively cleaning because that's my way of trying to control something. It's like, well, maybe I can't control that, but I can control this. So when I notice my mood has gone down and I'm like literally obsessively cleaning my kitchen or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay. Yep. I'm back in the dark place.
Good, though, at least you're getting something productive. That's a productive way to handle uncertainty. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I can't do nothing right now. I'm kind of in a froze, like,
Yeah, I do that too. But yeah, I didn't know that about myself. I that was such an unconscious thing for me, immediately going to clean when I felt like my life was out of control. And then slowly growing that awareness, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this because I'm trying to control something. I'm like, put the sponge down or whatever down and, take a
what a
few
great
deep breaths.
awareness. What a great awareness that you're kind of in that spot and you're unconscious and you're trying to control something that you can't control. And what a great tool that that that's something you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like being in uncertainty. It's just like there's this void, right? It's like this blank space of like, because nothing is started and nothing has ended, nothing has began. It's just like this, that's where I feel I have been here for a bit, especially these last months. Like leading up to this, it's like, yeah, you have uncertainty a little bit in your days, but it's pretty much typical. Like things are going to go, like, I know I'm staying in the same house and my daughter's going to still be in high school. And you know what I mean? It's like the same, somewhat just a little different day. But my life is going to be looking very different at the end of this year.
Yeah.
And that's not far away.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, there's this void and yeah, it feels like my anchor of certainty is gone. And
Right?
in
Yeah.
my consciousness, it's horrible. And I go into worry. I go into worry.
Yeah.
I go into this huge, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like,
Yeah.
be able to do this?
Yeah,
I,
it's like there's no stable ground when you're like when you're in that void and you're in uncertainty. Like you said, like there's nowhere to anchor yourself. Like there it feels like there's no up or down or side. You don't know what anything is. When you're certain, it's like you're grounded, you're anchored in something, and you're like, okay, I know where I'm going and I know what that's gonna look like. And maybe there are a few uncertainties, but there's a path. But the uncertainty that we're in right now, there's no path. I can't see the path. And man, that is so uncomfortable.
yeah, it really is. When I'm unconscious, I don't embrace that feeling. I don't embrace uncertainty at all. I literally want answers and like get madly trying to search for them. like like answers, make answers, whatever it is to get out of this
Yeah.
unknown feeling of like you said, it definitely is. It's like you have nothing to anchor into. And it's gosh, is it uncomfortable.
It's really hard. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that I have made it as far as I have made it without trying to backtrack or force something or, make something happen. I'm really proud of both of us because we've been in it for a while.
Yes.
It is uncomfortable, but we've stayed the course, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Well, and you know what? What's helped us stay the course is how we handle uncertainty when we're conscious, because we are aware that there is two sides to the coin. And we are aware that is how what really brought us through this is knowing when we get conscious that uncertainty is for us and to embrace uncertainty. So then to see the other side when I was just saying, oh, I can't embrace it. Okay, that's very unconscious. And
Mhm.
now let's talk about Shanice, how we handle uncertainty when we are conscious.
Yes.
And that is an anchor to hang on to.
So when I'm conscious, I don't need to know. It's only when I'm unconscious where I'm just like, I need to know. I need to know. But when I'm conscious, I'm like, no, I don't. I don't. That's the whole point of being in
Yeah.
this uncertainty is that I'm consciously choosing to not and to trust that if I feel like I'm being guided to do this, even though I can't see I can't see the why and I can't see where I'm going, trusting that if I'm feeling this, I'm feeling it for a reason. And
Mhm.
so then I feel more comfortable than not knowing and just being more at ease, which that's the energy which allows new things to come into our lives.
Yeah, and when
It's
you were saying that, it just feels freeing.
Mhm.
It feels when you don't need to know. How nice is that? It actually is like a break. You know what I mean? Like it's like I get a break right now. I
Mhm.
don't have to know. I'm on a need to know basis. And right now, you don't need to know. The universe is like, we'll tell you when you need to know.
Exactly.
And you'll be prepared and it'll be fine. And then I stop gripping
Mhm.
and getting in the way of the universe. And I allow the universe to guide me versus me trying to always be the guide.
Yeah.
My controlling personality that loves to guide and, direct. It's like, no, I can just kind of be a passenger for a little bit, Lori, like sit back and this should create some more relaxation in your mind. This should create some freedom for you because right now there's not a time to act. There's a time to just be
Yes.
in this place. And that should feel lighter. And it does when I am conscious of that. It's like, the polar opposite. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like when we're trying to control, there's like a weight to it. There's this heaviness. But when you trust and let go, it's like immediately the weight releases and there's this sense of inner freedom. And it's actually is so nice to lean into that, to trust that, and to be okay not knowing. Like it really is such an amazing feeling.
Yeah. And when we're conscious, we're trusting. We're conscious. What uncertainty is bringing to us is trust. and to trust the process, even when we don't see the immediate result of anything happening. There's something happening, something's going on. We just can't see it.
One thing I've realized when it comes to that is what's happening is all underneath the surface. So if you imagine soil, everything that's happening that I can only speak for myself that I've seen in my life has happened underneath the soil. Like so many roots have grown, so many things have shifted underneath the soil. And so it's more intuitive because it's like I feel like I've changed a lot and a lot has changed, but nothing outside of me really has. And so there's no proof really that the decision to follow this path of uncertainty has gotten me anywhere. There's no physical proof in the 3D, nothing above the soil that I can see. So it really is a trusting in what you feel inside of you that is shifting. So, yeah, that has been my experience when it
Well,
comes to results in uncertainty.
yeah. Well, and Shanice, that's such a great analogy because you can even trust even more with that soil because you know consciously what you planted in that soil.
Exactly.
You planted, if you plant a garden and you plant, lettuce seeds, you're going to get lettuce, even though you can't see it. And you are very aware that you planted lettuce seeds. So you absolutely know without a doubt what you planted in that soil, because again, when we're consciously planting in that soil, we do know.
Yeah.
We might forget and go unconscious to that, but we have intentionally and consciously, because that's why we do all this work. So
Mhm.
we can trust what's in the soil.
Yeah. And then be patient because there are part of me that's like, well, I know I've planted all these seeds. Where the hell are they? Like, I want to see them, damn it. And so it's also being patient, like, okay, well, I don't know when all of these seeds I've planted are going to blossom. I have no clue, but that's also part of allowing yourself to be in the uncertainty is trusting, okay, well, I know I'm doing the work and I feel the shifts inside of me. And, I will one day be able to see the bigger picture and look back with hindsight and be like, oh, well, this is what brought me here and this is what led me here. But right now, I can't see it. And so I just have to trust.
Well, and to me, what helps too with that, Shanice, is this isn't the first time we've had uncertainty in our life,
No.
obviously.
Yeah.
So other uncertain times that worked out just wonderfully for us. And I've had some crazy uncertain times, and I've shared them on this podcast of trauma and things that happen and being in uncertain places.
Mhm.
And it turned out wonderful. And so we have that too to back us up and go, we've not never experienced uncertainty and had it turn out and can look back and go, oh my gosh, okay, it worked out just fine.
Yeah.
We can go back and remember that and be conscious of how we've been in uncertain times. All of us, many times throughout our life, being pregnant, never having a child, and being very uncertain how that remember the first time being a mom, it doesn't even matter if your second or your third time, it's still uncertain.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. And that's so uncertain. Holy cow. I remember first getting pregnant and then, oh my God, those 9 months were heavily uncertain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and we made it through that
Yeah.
and the result was beautiful.
Mhm.
So that really also does help me in when I am conscious about uncertainty is that I've handled a lot of uncertainty in this
Yeah.
life. I've been through
Yeah,
a lot.
and letting that be your motivation to continue in this current uncertainty that we're in, because it's like, well, I got through that one, I can get through this one.
Yeah. And when you're unconscious, you don't remember those other
No, 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 you're just back in the
only this.
yeah, yeah,
So that's something too in the consciousness to remind ourselves of other experiences. And, we both talk about this all the time, Shanice. It just feels magical when you can be consciously in uncertainty. It feels like the sky is the limit. There's infinite possibilities, which there is. It doesn't feel it there is. I mean, it's wow. And you open yourself up to that sitting in the consciousness of uncertainty.
yes, yes. I'm so glad you brought that up because that's that's what uncertainty is. Like the way I visualize uncertainty when I'm conscious, of course, is like I'm in this expansiveness, in this field of unlimited possibilities. And I can only access these possibilities when I allow myself to be uncertain. As
Wow.
soon as I go to certainty, I close myself off
Yeah.
to all of those possibilities. And so that's actually one thing that has really helped me navigate uncertainty and continue to choose it every single day, is to remind myself, because I have so many dreams for my life, big, beautiful dreams. And I remind myself, I'm like, okay, well, I have to remain in this uncertain place to allow those possibilities, those dreams to reach me. It's not going to happen if I stay certain. It just can't. Uncertainty and unlimited possibilities go hand in hand. And that's the magic.
Yeah, oh God, it's so crazy when you think of it that way.
Yeah.
And it's so how we limit ourselves in certainty. Like
Hmm.
even knowledge wise, I am certain about this. That means I'm not open to any other possibility,
Hmm.
any uncertainty. When I like it teaches us more. It makes me think when I'm conscious of uncertainty to be more in uncertainty because it really, like you just said, I can see like all the stars, not just one, and go, "Oh, I could go here, I could go there, I could do this, I could do that." And no matter where you are, because this is a journey, even when you got the thing you're certain that you went to still be open to uncertainty. Like my daughter, like I'll use it back to the example of uncertainty with, deciding her college. And when she gets certain of what the college is she's going to go to, okay, now she just closed all these doors, right? So all those doors shut. But it could change. What say she started and she didn't like it. And if she stays stuck in certainty, she can't go to another college. She
Yeah.
can't open her mind to that because she is certain it has to be this. And we do that. We lock ourselves in to
Yep.
this prison.
Yes,
It's like it's a prison, this
it
this
is.
relationship, this whatever. Like it's from little to big, from college to relation, whatever it is that you're not certain about that you finally get certain in, and then it's like, well, now this is it. There's your life sentence.
Yes, and to take that even deeper, I just mentioned I have dreams for my life, but those are also just possibilities. I also have taken into consideration, what if there are other things that I can't even think about, that
Yeah.
I can't even fathom or imagine? How on earth are those possibilities going to reach me if I don't continue to remain in this uncertain place? They can't. And
Wow.
so uncertainty, yes, as uncomfortable as it is, like truly uncomfortable. God, it's uncomfortable. It's also the only way that I can continue to experience all the magic that this world has to offer. I can't experience that if I'm certain. I just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, it's such a great awareness. And that's why this being conscious, as what we are talking about right now, of uncertainty. Wow. Like it actually isn't that uncomfortable then. Really isn't. We talk about it so when we say the uncomfortable, it's because I'm talking in a unconscious place.
Yeah.
With
It's
it's really beautiful. It's actually really it's like we said, magical, and it's opening and it's freeing, and we know that it's endless.
Mhm.
There's no end. It's just wow. When I can feel it in me now. I'm already feeling right now as we're talking. Okay, I'm kind of liking my uncertainty that I started out hating. So
our spirit loves it. Our ego hates it.
the difference of conscious and unconscious.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I mean, I know we talked about a lot here, but let's just get into a little bit like what uncertainty has taught us.
So, okay, one of the biggest things for me, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, is safety. When I am certain, it's not so much that I want to be certain as that I want to be safe. And
Yeah.
certainty feels like safety to my body, right? But one thing really sitting in uncertainty has taught me is to no longer rely on certainty for safety, because even that is an illusion. Like, yeah, certainty might like my ego feels safe in certainty, but that is an illusion in itself, because nothing is certain. Nothing
Yeah.
is certain.
We're
Absolutely
certain
nothing.
there's that's what we're certain of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm certain of. That nothing is certain.
Certainty is that everything is uncertain. It's
Yeah.
such an illusion. My gosh. That's what's so crazy about it, that we're holding on to this unsafe anchor.
Yeah. Yeah. That's only dragging us down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? It taught us, which we just kind of mentioned, it is the space where we can create change and get more insight and new directions and allow new directions and different possibilities that we might have not thought of because we were so certain. Like so certain it's got to go this way and this is what it's going to look like and this is who I'm going to be with, and then this whole strange person walks in. Just for an example, a big lesson for this for me is just meeting you, Shanice. I was open, like, okay, like, I don't know. I know what I want to do. We both knew we wanted to be life coaches and go to school. But after that, I don't know. And I was open to possibilities and boom, here we came. And it had no idea.
I was not playing.
You know what I mean? So it opened that up, and it was scary because I went to school not knowing what was going to come of this. I
Mhm.
had ideas, but I wasn't certain
Yeah.
what was going to happen after I spent all the money. And then you start worrying about that. Oh my gosh, I'm spending all this money. I'm going to go down this path and I'm not certain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just taught me to really, be in that space
Yeah.
and allow.
Yes, allow. And speaking of allowing, one thing that has helped me during the worst moments of uncertainty, when it's like really got a grip on you, you're unconscious, you're
Yep.
afraid, and you're questioning everything, and everything just feels miserable. And you're like, what the hell is my life right now? When you're in that
Yes.
space,
Yes.
one thing that really, really helps me is to dance, to move that energy through my body. I've noticed that has made such a huge difference in my life for me, because when you're just there and the thoughts are running through your head and you're just like playing out all the worst case scenarios, it's like, that's terrible. That's not helpful. So putting on some music and moving my body and dancing has been a game changer. When I'm in like the worst grips of uncertainty, just dance it out. Dance it out. It's been very helpful for me.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, I just went dancing the other night with my kids, and when I'm dancing, I don't think of anything else. Really. It's like my mind is just off.
Mhm. Go inward,
Yeah.
right?
You
Yeah.
just and you're just in the moment and you're free and you're also moving that stale energy
Yes,
that's
exactly.
just, sitting within you that
Mhm.
just needs to go. And when that goes, I can get back to consciousness
Exactly.
because it's that unconscious energy that's like weighing me down that I always know because I am a movement person. So I always know that when I'm having some stress, anxiety, it's unconscious energy. I do need to like release it. I just didn't
Yeah.
release that. So
Mhm.
we want to feel these feelings, but we want to release them. And
Yes.
it's great, great release movement in general, whatever type of movement you want to do, whether it's dance, yoga, the
Yeah.
gym, wherever sport you play. I know I played tennis with my daughter on the weekend too, and that felt so good. Yeah. And then it also taught us to sit in it,
Mhm.
you know, because again, we talk about, we want to feel it. So we want to kind of feel like and just honor whatever's coming in because, you don't just automatically, jump over to, consciousness. It's not like, okay, I'm here. Now I'm going here. I mean, it could be for me. I know I've sat in unconscious worrying days and weeks and
Oh yeah,
whatever
for sure.
that like, but it's gotten less because like I said, we know the other side of this and I sat in it. And again, we wouldn't be able to create this show and talk about it if we haven't done this and felt the magic and felt the pain on both sides of it. But
Yeah.
just honoring it and let it run its course. I mean, that's really, all you can do.
Yeah, and when you honor it, what uncertainty does is it slows us down.
Mhm.
It invites us to go inward. And so in that way you can really use uncertainty to get curious about what it is you're feeling, what you're experiencing, which will help you, which is just a different way of allowing the energy to move through you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's, it's crazy.
It
But
is.
yeah, I love knowing so much, Shanice, the both sides to this.
Yeah.
That is the game changer. Honestly, learning all and having all the awareness of the consciousness and the benefits of uncertainty that I gain by just being there. And it's just a game changer to be uncomfortable.
It is. It is. I've gotten much better at embracing uncertainty, allowing it to guide me, to teach me. And as I've like moved through like the worst of the discomfort, because I feel like for me the worst of the discomfort came at the very beginning. So it's, I mean, I still experience it, but it's not as heavy as it was in the beginning. And so now it's delightful. It's a relationship. I have a relationship with uncertainty, and I love everything that it's doing for my life right now, most times.
I just was this one last little thought just came in is like, I think the reason too that we struggle a lot, I know for myself anyway, that why I struggle sometimes with uncertainty is because of the need to be certain because you're feeling dumb or, we've been taught so much that you need to know, you need to be certain. Right? Are you sure? Are you certain, Lori? Are you sure?
Right.
And
Oh,
right.
good
And
point.
so and you actually, if you don't know, like, like I'm back to my daughter going to college, like you don't know where you're going. You know what I mean? So not being certain is actually, is not framed well. And so even when it comes to knowledge, oh, my light went out. Even when it comes to knowledge, it's the same thing. You want to be certain. And if you're not certain, you look like a dummy, right?
Yeah,
And that is what
seen
keeps
as it's seen as a negative thing, even like, well, what do you want to do with, you don't know what you want to do with your life? Like it's, yeah, it's like if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, yeah, that's seen as almost like negligent, you know?
right.
Yeah.
So that's been also a big thing with like this whole uncertainty and certain, right? Because you have to be certain. I have to be certain,
Yeah.
to fit in, do whatever you're doing. So that just really hits me hard of why the uncertainty is also uncomfortable is because I have been taught and, it's looked down upon if you're not certain.
Yeah. And so that's a lot of deconditioning that we have to do because I mean, we were society. That's just how society works.
Yeah.
And so in order to allow yourself to be in uncertainty, yeah, that's a lot of like deprogramming work, lots of unlearning.
Be okay with not being certain yeah, and might not be smart today or whatever, you're not certain on that subject, or you know what I'm saying, anything you think about,
Mhm.
it's like it can be an uncomfortable place, um and that's one of the reasons I think about for myself anyway,
Yeah.
that and then I wasn't opening myself to possibilities to even I would stop growing or learning more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that's a really good point is how we were taught to view certainty and uncertainty, and move through life with those beliefs. So yeah, we definitely all have beliefs. And I imagine that plays such a huge part in why it feels so scary when you choose uncertainty for the first time. It honestly, like it felt like it felt like death. Like
Yeah.
literally, it felt like I was dying. But yeah, yeah, no, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing that up, Lori.
Yeah. All right. All right. So to wrap it up, Shanice, in this episode, we went over what our life looks like with uncertainty and when we're conscious and unconscious and what it taught us.
Yes. And if you'd like to learn more about us or check out our products and services, you can click the link in the description. And that's it for this episode. If this episode spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you think would benefit. And thank you guys for listening to Branching In with Shanice.
And Lori, join us for our next episode. We post on Fridays. See you then. Bye.